What's the thank God for 9/11?
Well, we're supposed to thank God for all of His judgments. We're supposed to thank God that He gave us an adoration of His wrath that we could repent. We're supposed to thank God that He didn't kill us in that disaster. We're talking about the God of eternity. We're talking about an omnipotent God. God didn't cause 9/11, then what or who did? This is a nation that will not obey God. They're disobedient. And so all they've got to look forward to is more and worse of God's wrath. He's pouring out His wrath against the nation that will not heed His word.
Well, my name is Ola Kiss, and I'm just here trying to point out to people that Flight 93 really was shut down, and there's a government cover-up, to try to get the people to think that it was, really the passengers, that brought it down, but there's evidence that's really overwhelming that it was shot down.
We think it was shot down because as soon as it crashed, a big fighter plane flew over the school.
When I looked up, it was in my windshield. I mean, it was just,
So you were driving this van?
No, I had another van.
Okay, but still, you were at this level,
right?
And you're looking up at this stop sign here, and you're saying, "Come here, show us." You're saying it went right in front of you.
It was like right in my windshield. When I looked up, I could see the mid-belly of it. I mean.
So we're looking where we're standing right now. We're looking at what? Okay.
So it somehow cleared this, climbed and went over those trees and cleared all these power lines.
And just went up over the trees?
It went right up over the trees. Just about, it was between this pole and the Buckstown sign. That's where it went up over.
Right up there.
Right up over there.
Yeah.
Because at the time, there's a lumber mill right here, and at the time I thought, oh my God, it's going to hit there, because it seemed like it was heading that direction. Then it banked.
And here was a white plane, and it was coming from the crash site area, and it was headed toward Jennerstown, in that vicinity,
Mm-hmm.
And it was really moving.
Was it like a bigger size? Or
it was a bigger plane, yes. And it looked like, to me, it had like two things on top of it that I looked like eyeballs.
Yeah. And like engines, you mean, or?
Yeah, on top of the plane.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was gone, and then all of a sudden, off in the distance, I saw a littler plane, but it was farther away, and it was heading in the opposite direction.
It was, what color do you recall?
It was white also.
It was pure white. There was not any markings on it. There was no, rivets. I mean, it was that close that I could have seen it. It was so molded, it looked like it was all one piece. And it was cylinder, it came back, and then this spoiler was across it. And I remember the spoiler was so molded, and it was so white and shiny.
I didn't see 93.
Oh, you didn't see one. You didn't see Flight 93, but you saw another little plane right after?
Yeah.
So you heard the crash or saw the smoke, or what did you see it or hear it or what?
I didn't hear it. I was down at the mill where the chipper is, and that makes enough noise that...
Oh, like you were working the wood chipper or something?
Well, I wasn't working the wood chipper, but I was around it.
Oh, so that was blocking out all your hearing from anything else, I guess, because it's really loud?
Yeah, it's loud.
Oh, okay. So, like, did some guys come running in and say, wow, oh my God, a plane crashed or something like that?
I sort of figured because something was going on, because they come running out of the sawmill. Now, the guys up in the log yard there said they heard or could feel the ground shake.
Oh, they could feel the ground shaking? They felt the ground shaking?
Yeah.
Oh. But did you guys, like, run up to, like, the field or whatever?
Well, that's a pretty good distance for us to be running that far.
Oh, did you see smoke in the air or anything?
I didn't know.
No, nothing?
I didn't.
Oh. But what about that little plane? Did you ever find out what that little plane was or anything?
From what I was told
That plane was sent through the search for 93.
Oh, that was looking for 93.
That's what I was told.
That's what you were told. Just by like other people you talked to?
Well, I don't know who it was. I can't think of the name of it now.
Did like the FBI or any people like that ever talk to you?
Well, there were people who stopped in there at the mill, but I can't tell you who they were. I don't know.
Oh, they were like asking questions? Like,
yeah.
Was it like in the movies how they say these guys in black come around and tell everybody to shut up and stuff?
Well, I didn't see nobody in black.
They told me the plane came this way.
From behind the scrapyard.
Yeah.
But you're saying it
and
came
I'm saying
from the other end.
You know, I'm over here and see it. So,
yeah.
So you're on the opposite end of where when you look at the crash site, and it really is just an old strip mine. It's all wide open. On the other side of these trees, the official story is saying that it came from the west, correct? From this direction.
This direction. So it came this way, I'm here. They would have gone, right. If there'd have been the two of them.
Did it look like maybe like a civilian plane? Like?
No, I never seen.
So you say more like it's probably military? Or?
Boy, I don't know what to think. All I know, it was traveling very fast. Yeah. It was picking up speed. It didn't seem to be moving as fast after when I first saw it. Mm-hmm. And then it just sort of was zooming on.
Was it flying low to the ground, or was it like high?
No, it was low.
It was low.
It was low. It was like the tree line. It was right above it.
You had friends who were at the scene. Now, what did they see?
The FBI told them they weren't allowed to talk.
I see the crater. It's 8 feet deep. I don't know. Like, I mean, they said they got stuff out deeper, but they didn't document anything that they removed from inside of that crater. When I asked even Wally Miller, because he told me, remains were recovered inside the crater and outside the crater, I said, well, did you photograph the remains inside the crater before they removed, or the FBI? I said, what was the documentation process done on that? He was like, there wasn't any.
A year later, you had said that to that day you still hadn't seen a single drop of blood?
That is correct.
So there was
no blood. There wasn't blood, but there was human remains.
And like the remains, were they like, I mean, was it like a finger or like an arm?
There were some, yes. There were some.
So you actually did recover actual limbs?
Yes. Like not limbs. Hands and feet.
And the remains that I saw could pretty much be attributed to about one human being.
Brian?
Well,
yeah, I think you're stunned over there, Brian.
Every time I get ready to ask a question, he answers it.
The recovery didn't even begin until the second day.
The FBI was bringing him into samples to test it against. The FBI was allegedly collecting the samples from the family members, and, they brought up the equipment for him, and they sent him up a temporary lab there. And they brought him in all kinds of help, and they brought him the DNA samples to test against, and they brought him the list of names of who he was going to find. And
what exactly is your issue? I mean, maybe I could, if you help me out. What exactly is your problem with? Obviously, you guys have some kind of issue. So maybe it would help if you let me know what it is.
I personally believe the plane was shot down, and
I can't tell you that. Well, you need to go somewhere else to look for that.
That's my issue.
Well, that's your opinion.
And they asked me to be an ambassador up there, and I refused. I said no. Yeah. Because I didn't go along with the stories.
Yeah.
They weren't telling the right things. The difference between you guys and me is I have respect for these family members. I'm wondering whether you guys really do.
I absolutely do, sir.
If you don't believe that this happened, call a family member.
I believe it happened. I believe the plane was shot down.
I'm not even entertaining any conversation about that.
Okay, I'm not disrespecting anybody by that though.
I love you, sir. You're going to hell.